I'm not happy with you, Mr. Johnson. You're on bond in this case, and now you've picked up a felony case. The only thing I asked you to do, behave yourself. Don't pick up any new cases. And now, Morgan, what has Mr. Johnson picked up?
Unauthorized possession of a catalytic converter.
Wow. What happened? Please.
So officers were dispatched to an apartment complex. The security guard in the apartment complex observed the defendant. Observed in plain view in the defendant's vehicle 3 catalytic converters that were freshly and jaggedly cut. The defendants were not mechanics. There's 2 defendants in this case. Defendant 1 was under a vehicle cutting the converter. When he saw security, he attempted to escape by jumping into a vehicle where defendant 2 was in the driver's seat. Security stopped them from leaving.
So where was Mr. Johnson?
I'm just trying to figure out if he was the number 1 or number 2 defendant, Judge.
Right, where was he? Was he in the car? How do we know if it's him? I don't want to try the case, right? But I don't want to.
Sorry, Judge. In the DIMS, they just identified the defendant 1 and 2. Let me just pull up the offense report really quickly. Okay, so Mr. Johnson was under the car. He was the defendant that was under the car, and then there was another defendant in a waiting vehicle.
So was he in the act of taking another one?
Yes, he was in the act of trying to steal a catalytic converter when the security guard caught him.
I am now going to revoke your bond on your first case. I asked you not to get in trouble. You've now picked up a felony case. Is there anything that you would like to add?
Your Honor, I would ask that the court set a bond, and obviously.
I
understand. Yeah.
That's, each one of those is like $5,000-$6,000, and someone has to. Life's hard enough as it is, man. You know, really. It goes with you. Hi, Ms. Ziegler. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
So it's making a firearm accessible to a child. Did someone pass away as a result?
So this one was the defendant, the father of the children. There were 3 children playing. And then the gun or the weapon was found on the bed, and one of the children was trying to get rid of the gun and then ended up shooting and killing his 10-year-old brother, shooting in the side of his head. And I spoke with Caroline on this, but I was more comfortable deferring to you without an agreed rec on what you thought was appropriate here.
I don't know.
I looked at the information packet, but
What'd you think?
for some reason the case is 2 years old and it was only a 7-page packet. I felt that his statement wasn't really, taking as much responsibility overtly for this, and then it was images of their family. I understand all of that, but with 2 years going on, I don't know why this wasn't resolved with the other chiefs or what's going on, but I just wanted to see a little more with it.
Mr. Gutierrez, come up. Come up. Oh, he doesn't speak English.
No.
Got it.
Morning, Judge.
Hi, Luis, how are you? So are you okay with going without an agreed rec, Ms. Ziegler? Are
Sorry?
you okay with going without an agreed rec?
Yes, sir.
Where was the weapon initially? Do you know?
It was found on the bed.
Fue encontrada en la cama.
Just a gun is do we know where it was initially before it was used? I guess that's my question.
There were several guns in the house. If you one moment, let me pull up the OR, but this one, it was involved in the accident, was found on the bed. One second.
Un momento.
The mother, the complainant, next of kin advised
aconsejó
that she was told that one of her children was trying to make the bed and in the process moved the firearm and it was discharged.
y se disparó.
And the child did not know that the gun was
Sabía que
loaded.
la arma estaba cargada.
That's a worst nightmare.
I know.
La peor
Just-
pesadilla,
It's awful.
es terrible.
I don't know. I don't. I think that there has to be some punishment, right?
Your Honor, we're happy to speak to him and have him redo his mitigation
Haga un
packet.
paquete de mitigación
But
otra
the
vez.
thing is that he's had the chance to do it. You know,
Hold on. We need to pause here because this is absolutely heartbreaking. Judge Fleischer is dealing with a father whose 10-year-old son was shot in the head by another child because a loaded gun was left on a bed. The dad is pleading guilty, but listen to the judge. Is the fact that your own child is dead because of you punishment enough? That hit me right in the chest.
what you're supposed to do. And if you can't own up to it at that time, then, I mean, that's truly what you mean at that time. Right? I'd like to see it, if you don't mind, his letter, to see
Para ver
how he feels. Is he truly remorseful, Because,
que
on one end, I would think that the fact that your own child is dead because of you, is that punishment enough? Right?
That's where I was at too, Your Honor, which I was conflicting on.
If you can't even take responsibility for it,
es una responsabilidad por
I
ello.
mean,
And the next of kin, the mother, the fire chief did speak with her in person. We followed up with her over the phone. And she has expressed they've all been to therapy, obviously, and she said to leave it up to us.
are they still together? Is the family still together?
Are- Yes,
So let's do this. Let's get the plea done. I'd like to get it done today. It's 200 days old. Do it. There's going to be some. Okay? Not as much, but there's going to be some. And then, then I'd like to see his letter first, though, if you don't mind. Okay? And then,
This is in Spanish, so.
it's okay. I can read Spanish. And then, do you want to go ahead and write it up and do it today? Or do you want, tell me how you want to do this.
I would, whatever the recommendation is, I would like some time to talk to him about it.
Okay?
And if he would like to take it today, then we can take it today, but if not, then I would ask for something short.
No, if he doesn't take it, we're going to set it. It's 200 days old. It's time. So I guess let me take a look at the letter. Let me read it and then I'll get back to you. And then give me 15 minutes. Let me just talk to them and then, okay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
I'll print it right now.
Thanks. Hi, Will. Shh. Mr. Trevor Maines, you're charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. Oh, guys, crap. I'm sorry. Sorry, John D. And thanks, Mark. This is Mr. Trevor Maines. It's the last name, Trevor Maines. I guess under Trevor.
Sorry about that, Judge.
It's okay.
So officer, are you ready for me?
Yeah, okay. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Officers were dispatched to a bar in Harris County, Texas, in response to a suspicious person. The complaining witness, a security guard, told the officer that the defendant had left the bar and gotten into his car, but then returned a short time later carrying a gun. While there were other parties arguing in the outdoor area of the bar. The defendant took the gun and threw it under the fence. The complaining witness retrieved the gun, took the bullets out, and returned the gun to the defendant and told him to leave. Complaining witness then observed defendant go to the back of the bar and hop the fence to get back inside.
So They had told him to exit the bar, you said?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Trevor, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. How old are you, sir?
7.
What do you do with yourself these days? What do you do with yourself these days?
Self-unemployed, I don't have a job.
How come?
Just moved here. Moved out here.
From where? Okay. What are you planning on doing with yourself?
Job.
Okay. How long has it been since you've had a job?
Like 2-3 years ago.
2-3 years since you've had a job? How do you support it? How do you live? How do you eat? How do you get money? Okay.
Trouble. You see my record. I don't be in trouble.
Does he have any prior criminal history?
Just carrying a handgun in a motor vehicle that was dismissed.
I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to go back to this place. Do you understand? Not to be in possession of any weapons. Do you understand? So how are you going to get a lawyer, sir?
Pay for them.
So you're just going to do nothing and
You sign me a
so I don't want to talk to you, the case. I don't want to talk about the case, but let me ask you this. You haven't had a job for 2 to 3 years. Why should the people of Harris County have to foot a bill for you when you get to do nothing for 3 years? How is that fair that we all have to pay for your lawyer when you don't do anything? You get to play Xbox all day, just hang out at home and do nothing, and we have to foot the bill for that? How's that fair?
I don't have it. What you want me to do?
So here's what we're going to do. I'll have you fill out an application. I'm now making a condition of your bond. You got to get a job. And I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks. I want to see what you've done to get a job. You're 27 years old, dude. This life is really, really tough without money. And the older you get, life doesn't get easier. It gets harder. You get bigger, you get fatter, you get uglier, you lose hair, right? And if you don't have a job, if you don't have a trade, if you don't have a way to make money, what do you think's going to happen? Do you think people are going to keep giving you handouts the rest of your life?
Okay, now we shift from tragedy to a masterclass in tough love. Trevor Maines, 27 years old, hasn't had a job in 3 years, just plays Xbox all day, and Judge Fleischer just ripped him a new one. Listen to this speech. Do you think people are going to keep giving you handouts? You get bigger, you get fatter, you lose hair. Life gets harder. That is the most brutally honest career advice you'll ever hear in a courtroom. The judge is literally acting as a life coach here.
That's how we have all these people who walk the street, looking all Quasimodo-like, have no way of getting money, no traits, no skill. That's not the way to go through life, man. Now is when you work your ass so that when you become 60, when you become 70, you have a cushion, you have somewhere to land, so you have a house, you have a nest egg savings. Because if not, I'm going to tell you now, you're going to have a really rotten and miserable life. This life is a journey, and it's really a good journey where you buy nice things, have nice clothes, take nice vacations, pretty wife, kids, or it can be a rotten toilet of an existence where you're in and out of jail. You ain't got no money. You're begging every single person for this and for that. And that's not the way to go through life. Did you even graduate from high school? I want you to get a job. I will give you a lawyer today. But you're not to use alcohol. You're not to use illegal drugs. And I'm going to test you like crazy. I want you to know that now. And I'm going to hold you to a standard as well. Do you understand? And if you don't, life's not going to go well between you and I. I'm just telling you that now. You will be held to a standard. I'm going to bring you back in 2 weeks. And I want to see what you have done to get a job. If you come back here and you ain't got nothing in your hand, it's not going to go well. Do you understand? You mind giving an application? All right. Good morning, Mr. Daly. What would you like?
So Judge, two things. I've talked to Madam Prosecutor on this case, Judge, and I'm approaching on two things. One, bond reinstatement, and PC on this case, Judge. She and I have already discussed it on this case, and we just both want you to hear the PC if we can, Judge. And then on the bond reinstatement as well, Judge.
So officers initiated a traffic stop in Harris County, Texas for a vehicle having a fictitious plate bearing the word traveler on it. During the stop, the defendant refused to provide.
Traveler? Okay.
During the stop, the defendant refused to provide ID or insurance information, stating, "I do not consent to this." Officer attempted to remove the defendant from the vehicle, and defendant actively resisted by pulling his arm away from deputies until he was detained.
Okay. Tell me what.
So we looked at, Madam Prosecutor, the interference with duties of public servant, Your Honor. Even if my client is failing to give them that, then it is an arrestable offense. But in this situation, it is, Judge. However, in this particular situation, he didn't interfere with anything in terms of his own arrest. I can, if it was a resisting or something to that effect, I can.
They're just trying to get him out of the car.
I don't
And
disagree.
It's classic sovereign case where got the license plate, think that traveling by right is what I think how they term it.
In this situation, Judge, and the reason I'm employing upon the court is, even from what Madam Prosecutor has seen on the video, they're pulling and tugging at his arm, which put my client in some fear. It was more than one officer. It was pretty.
But he still has a duty. If they're asking you to come out, they can lawfully do that. And there are videos, and go on YouTube, right? There are hundreds of videos where officers will literally destroy your car to get you out. When you get into a pissing match with a person who has the power of arrest, who's going to win, Mr. Daly?
We don't disagree, Your Honor.
Right. You know what I mean? That's real life.
We don't disagree, Your Honor. I think under the circumstances of what actually happened, it was not Mr. Daly's position to resist or to interfere. That was not. He was concerned for his safety at that point. And actually, I don't know, did you hear that on the video? Right. And so in reviewing the video, it was pretty quick, pretty brash. They didn't give him an opportunity to respond per the prosecutor. In this situation, it wasn't as if he was intentionally
Remember,
not.
this is just a mere probable cause.
Yes,
So,
Your Honor, I agree.
they ask you to come out of the car one time. Yeah, it's really, so, I think that there's enough probable cause to go forward now. The problem is, Mr. Daly, is that we revoke your bond. Your bond is set at 2501, and you've continually failed to appear. So, the case and the way that you've treated us, it shows me that you just refuse to accept authority. How are we supposed to deal with that? How do we deal with that, Timberland?
Your Honor, the only reason I bring to your attention is I asked the court to take into consideration, we have a black male works every day who, and I hate to put that on the court, but I do in this particular climate, that has never been in contact with any particular law enforcement court system. And from what I can see and what I hear out here from a lot of my black male, and I'm sure it's common knowledge, is that because they are unfamiliar with the court system, they don't know, number one. Number two, when they do come in contact with police, and my mother is assistant chief of police, so I can understand, even when I was younger, I was taught that there are certain things that you have to do with when a police officer even stop you on a speeding ticket. What we don't know is whenever these officers come up, when you're somebody who don't have the privilege of having a police officer as a parent, or who isn't familiar and is being raised in this particular climate and seeing what they see on TV and seeing what they hear and everything that has occurred, you don't know what the proper steps are. I was trained from when I was grown up what you do. I'm not saying that what he did was right or wrong. I'm not saying that how he reacted to this particular court, it is wrong. However, I'm employing upon the court to ask the court to take into a little bit of consideration, number one, from his perspective, all defendants, can't just say this, but I do see that, from what I've known from this particular case and now in talking to him, I do believe that there is a sense of sometimes they just don't know. Sometimes they just don't. So I'm asking to reinstate his PR bond. I am now on the case where about me. I'm a tight attorney. I run a tight ship. So, and by which of way I believe I can reach him and getting him to court and resolving this matter, which is what I talked to the prosecutor about when you were on break. It's like, let's just resolve this. Let's take care of this.
I'll buy it.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm not going to do this again, though. I promise you. I don't care whoever you have. If you flake on us again, that's 3 times. It's out. I'm not going to do it again. Do you understand, Mr. Daly? I mean, when you come to court, good things happen. When you don't show up and you continually do it, you can't expect good things to happen. Now, do you have a Texas driver's license?
No, it's right now.
You're not allowed to drive.
Right.
You have a bond condition and you've signed an affidavit with me today promising you're not going to drive. I don't care how you term it. Driving, traveling, however you're going to word it, whatever you do not get into the driver's seat of an automobile, a motorcycle, anything with a combustible engine where you can get on the road unless you have approval from us. Do you understand? I don't care that you have to work. I don't care if you have to go to church. I don't care if you're going to a funeral. I don't care if you're going to wherever it may be. Do not drive. Do you understand? Heed this warning. You're not going to get another one. Okay, Timlin, I'll reinstate the bond.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I'll talk to her. We were going to try to talk to Chief, but it's pretty busy today.
I think the case is only 3 months old,
Yes,
so you've got time. You can do whatever you want.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Judge.
Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. You don't have to waste your time coming to court now, but you must stay in touch with her and she'll tell you when you got to come back to court. If she comes back and tells me she can't get a hold of you because you're playing games or you've gone AWOL or whatnot, or you get arrested for something else, all bets off. We good? I'm not asking for much, man. Really. And for future reference, when you get into a pissing match with someone with the power of arrest, you are nearly always going to lose. It's just the way it works. And as a young Black man in today's society, you got to be extra special careful because things can go really wrong really quick. And there's evidence of that over and over and over. Okay? All right. Good luck, guys.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge. Go ahead. Thank you. Thank you. You want to show this to Chief?
Yeah, I just sent her.
Thank you.
Of course.
You're Stephen Benito. Mr. Benito, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
On 4/29/2024 in Harris County, Texas, officers observed a vehicle run a red light and they attempted a traffic stop. The vehicle evaded for 0.59 miles, speeding 63 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone before crashing into a tree. The driver detained the defendant got detained and was sent to Woodland Memorial Hermann Hospital for his injuries. Officers recovered a bag from the vehicle containing a firearm. So he ran a red light, they attempted a traffic stop, he evaded for 0.59 miles, and then they found a firearm on him.
Where was it? Don't say anything, please.
He was traveling southbound in the 29800 block.
No. I mean, like, where was the gun? I guess, yeah. No, it's accompanying the felony. Mr. Benito, I'm going to find that the probable cause I'm going to find probable cause to go forward with the case. How old are you, sir?
He was inside the center console.
17. What do you do for a living, sir?
Not work. Company.
Are you in high school?
School.
Online school?
What does that mean?
Yeah, I'm enrolled in online school.
Okay, I'm sending you for a drug test. And I don't want you to smoke weed. I don't want you to use the alcohol. I don't want you to have any weapons. Do you understand? Do you have a Texas driver license? You're not allowed.
All right, now we've got a 17-year-old, Mr. Benito, who decided to run from the cops at 63 miles per hour in a 30 miles per hour zone, crashed into a tree, and they found a gun in the bag. He's facing up to 10 years in prison for a third-degree felony. Judge Fleischer is giving him a chance, but he's laying down the law. No weed, no driving, stay in school. And he's testing him for drugs. This is the judge trying to save a kid from a nightmare before it's too late.
To drive. You will be signing a promise with me today, Mr. Benito. I want you to understand that I take it extremely serious. You are only 17 and you're starting your life out now. You have an open third-degree felony. You're looking at up to 10 years in prison. This is not a good way to start life, man. Really. You have your whole life ahead of you, and I'm going to tell you, you end up in prison, it's a veritable nightmare. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure that you go on the up and up. I want you to stay in school. That's also a condition of your bond. Do you understand? I don't want you out in the middle of the night. I'm giving you a curfew as well. I'll give you a lawyer today, but we're going to work hard and fast to make sure that you go on the up and up. You understand? No more weapons and no driving. Who are you here with today? How'd you get here? Okay, don't drive. I'm not asking much.
And Judge, it was in the center console. I just need to review the report.
Okay. This is an affidavit. This is a promise that you're going to make to me. And if I find that you drive, and I'm telling you, I don't care what your reason is, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing up to 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. The problem with driving without insurance, Mr. Benito, is that if you get into an accident, and let's say you kill someone in that accident, who do you think they're going to come after? Right. No, not after you. They're going to come after the deep pockets, which are probably mom and pop. You don't want that to happen. You understand? Come on. So let's send him for a drug test. We'll have him come back, appoint a lawyer now, and then we'll, get with the lawyer to see how we go forward with. Not happy with you, Mr. Jones. You've now picked up a third case. You now stand charged with failure to identify oneself. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On December 5th, 2024, officer initiated a traffic stop on defendant's vehicle for failure to display a front license plate while he was driving in the 5900 block of Mercer Street in Harris County, Texas. Officer made contact with the occupants and detected an odor of marijuana emitting from the driver's side window. All three occupants were detained for a PC search. The defendant provided the name of Kendrick Johnson with a date of birth of 8/30/2006, which returned with nothing. Officer used a mobile AFIS device and found defendant's real name to be Jamarcus Jones with the date of birth of 8/30/06.
I ordered you as a condition of your bond, and you promised me when you got here last time that you would not drive. Stop. Did you say that he was a driver here? Stop. Don't say anything. I don't want you, don't. You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. I was under the impression, Rosette, that he's driving here, is he not?
There were three occupants in the car, Judge. I'm trying to see if they clarified. He was a passenger. He was the front passenger, Judge.
Okay, so tell me, let's do a deeper dive.
Sorry?
Let's do a deeper dive. So they pull him over. He's the passenger.
There was an odor of marijuana detected.
So what happened next?
So they detained all three occupants for
Okay.
a probable cause search.
All
The
right,
driver was identified by his driver's license, and the front seat passenger, which is the defendant, provided the name of Henry Johnson. And a mobile AFIS revealed that that wasn't his true name. And so he was charged with failure to ID.
do we have any co-defendants in this case?
Yes, John Burns.
Okay, so what's the cause number on that?
On that one?
Yeah.
It's 25-417-01. That's in court 15.
Okay, is there a third co-defendant as well? Okay. Mr. Jones, I'm glad that you're not driving. Regardless, you've picked up a new case. I don't know what we're going to do, but normally when you pick up a new case while you're on bond, we revoke the bond on the old case. So, I mean, it goes with you. I'm going to appoint your lawyer today. We'll figure out how we go forward, but for now, I'm going to take you in. I'm going to appoint your lawyer. We'll see how we go forward, but you're supposed to behave yourself while you're on bond. You've now picked up a third case. You first have a felony theft, you got a second case, and now you've picked up a third case. It goes with you. Can you please, one on one? Hi.
Good to see you, Judge.
You too.
I'm here on Mr. Benito, Benito. Young man got appointed in this case this morning. And he's present here in the courtroom.
Okay.
A couple things, just a little bit by way of background. The state and I have talked about what I think may be some issues in the case. I think as far as a bond condition, he was sent over for testing. I think this is his first appearance here. My understanding is the results of the testing came back positive for marijuana. I've talked to him about the importance of not having that issue moving forward. So we're aware of it and we'll address that. I talked to the state about what I think is a legal issue that exists in the case. I don't know that it exists from a probable cause standpoint at this moment, because I don't know that the officers had enough in the way of developed facts. The interesting issue is our chapter 4602 statute about unlawful carrying of a weapon does not apply to a person who is traveling under the code. But I think that requires some factual development that was not within the officer's purview at that time. So I won't belabor the court with all those details.
Okay.
He's got the felony charge that's still pending. But we're aware and will not have.
And I think it's 5, did you say it's 0.5 of a mile for the evading?
It's about a half mile. Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was something like 0.5. You said something like that. All right, Mr. Benito, we're not asking much. Don't use marijuana. I'm telling you now, you will be tested in 45 days. If you continue to use, what happens?
You understand, Judge?
You understand? Okay, I'm not asking much. Stay in school. Try to be the best person you can. Don't pick up any new cases. Don't drive because you don't have a license, and don't use marijuana. That's it. Were there co-defendants in this case?
No, that I see.
Okay.
Judge, I just put it together. 0.5 is a half a mile. But my math is slow.
They
so-
say 5.
0.59 miles, half mile, a little over half mile.
Ay. Okay. Be good. It's not hard. Okay.
Yes, Judge.
All right, kids.
Thank you.
Have fun. All right, Mr. Trevor. Do you mind getting a cell phone, please? Do you have a pen or do you need one? I need your cell phone so I can give it to the lawyer. If you look on the TV, that is Mr. Gregg, who's been appointed to represent you. Your cell phone, please. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with him, Mr. Trevor. Thank you so much. It is your responsibility to stay in touch with him. You know what the expectation is here.
Mr. Jones is in big trouble. He's on bond, promised not to drive, and now he's picked up a third case for giving a fake name to the cops. Judge Fleischer is furious. He's revoking the bond on the old case and sending him back in. But watch the judge's warning here. For those who continue to violate laws, they usually do not continue to get PR bonds. We're going to protect our city at all costs. This is the line in the sand.
Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay. I'm not asking for much. I want you to be the best person that you can be. Believe it or not, we want to help you. We want to make sure that you amount to something in this life, not just do something. Do better. Be better. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you, if you pick up a new case, you violate conditions, I'm going to revoke the bond. It's very possible you will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand? You got out of jail because you were given a free bond. But for those who are dangerous and for those who continue to violate laws, they usually do not continue to get PR bonds. I want you to know that. And I want you to know that we're going to protect our city at all costs. So what we'll do now is, have we had him sign a reset yet, Victoria? Mr. Trevor? Okay, so we'll just have you step outside. You'll be able to talk to your lawyer, and after that, you'll be free to go. All right? Okay, man. Greg, did you want to say anything?
No, just call me. We'll speak about your case. I'll look at everything. Was PC found already, Judge?
Yes.
Okay. No, yeah, I got his number. I'll shoot him a text right now. And then
Chatted his phone number there. His phone number will be on your reset so that you will also have a copy of it as well. If you ever have any issues, if you lose your paperwork, if you're unable to get a hold of him, if you ever have a problem, all you have to do is come back here and we can help you out with whatever you need. If you need resources, whatever it may be, come back, ask, and we can help you out. But communication is key. If you don't communicate, we just can't help you. All right? Okay, man.
Judge, how much time did you want on that one?
You are Lawrence Bazil. Good morning, Mr. Bazil. So I see here you've picked up 2 new cases. You've picked up a violation of a protective order bond condition. You've also picked up a burglar of a habitation. It's alleged that on November 26th of this year, you've picked up these cases. I have no idea what's happened with these cases. Your lawyer's here with you. She's on Zoom. Please don't say anything at this point. I just want to find out what's going on because I don't know. So we're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Witness stated on August 29th, 2024, he and his girlfriend, the complainant, were home when the defendant appeared at the front of the property and told the witness that he wanted to kill him or kick his ass.
Okay, hold on. You're going way too fast. So who's at the home?
So the witness and the complainant are dating.
Got it.
And the defendant appeared at the front of the complainant's house.
Okay.
Told the witness that he wanted to kill him or kick his ass. The
Okay.
defendant proceeded to walk towards the front door of the house and enter the home without consent. The defendant then grabbed some keys from inside the house. The witness ran outside of the home and the defendant chased after him. The defendant began to hit the witness several times with fists. The defendant then snatched the witness's cell phone and ran out of the house. Complaining witness has an active 5-year protective order against the defendant that was issued on 12/6/23.
So that 5-year protective order is against the witness.
The complainant. Yeah.
Okay, it's a
The
complainant.
complainant is the girlfriend, and that's the VPO. And then there's also the bird cop, but I mean, it's the same complaint.
Your complaint is my.
Stop. Don't, please.
Hold on, Mr. Bazil.
I mean, really, just now's not the time. There will be a time, now's not it. So what problem did you have with anything, Ms. Oko? Or did you have?
Yes, Judge. So he was arrested on a VPO on the 30th. The complainant
30th of
August. On the 30th of August for a VPO violation. So for them, for it's a bit, shall I say, unfair for him to be rearrested on a VPO for the day prior to the day he was arrested for the same VPO.
Well,
And he spent 2 weeks in jail on
No,
it.
but they're different, right? So read me if you don't mind, the VPO on 8/31.
Yes, Judge. So on 8:30, an officer was dispatched to a suspicious person call at the listed address in Harris County, Texas. The complaining witness had an active protective order stating the defendant could not be within 200 feet of her residence. On that day, defendant was walking on the sidewalk in front of her house, which is less than 50 feet away from the residence in Harris County, Texas. The complainant had a picture of the defendant on the sidewalk across the street from her residence within the 50 feet. Listen to the protective order.
So, and that was on August 31st. 30th.
Mr. Basil, 2 protective order violations, 1 burglary, and the dates are all jumbled. The lawyer is trying to explain that the mom walked into the police station to complain about 2 separate incidents on 2 consecutive days, but the filings got all screwed up. The judge is literally playing detective here, reading the reports line by line.
This new case that we have here now, this is from November.
It was filed in November, but it occurred on the 29th. So it's just a
Okay,
late
hold on.
filing. That's kind of the confusion.
I see.
And on the 30th, Judge, the complainant actually went up to the
Okay,
police
so
station.
here's the, I don't understand what really, I mean, okay, so here's what it looks like. The first VPO that we have here was for the August 30th case. So what it essentially looks like is we have 2 VPOs happening one after one day and then another one happening the next day. But it looks like I don't understand why, but
Different filing officers. So, I mean, in the first VPO that he was convicted in, the officer filed it the day after. He filed it on the 31st. For some reason, they sat on it until 11/26.
hey, guys. Your camera. Yeah. So this new case happened 8/29 versus the one that he pled to in September happened on 8/30. So
He
this is
pled
like
to-
what she's saying, it's a late filing and it happened the day before that other VPO. You know what I mean?
So I'm reading the DIMS and it actually, so the mom went the next day to the police station to complain about yesterday. That's what I'm reading on the DIMS. She goes to the police station and she says, hey, he's been to my house. He went to my house yesterday and now he's on the crosswalk. So essentially they, on both of the DIMS, they're adding 2 of these days on the same thing, on the same DIM. So she's complaining 20th and the 30th.
We have a 911 call from the incident on the 30th, and it says the officers were dispatched to the house. So I don't believe it was a walk-in report.
I'm literally looking at it and it says that she came to 1200. The complainant appeared at the Houston Police Department Family Violence Unit located at 1200 Travis, and she stated that her son stated the defendant was her son.
Yeah,
I'm reading it.
that's my mother.
Don't, please.
Mr. Basil, hold on.
Have someone on your
That's for the
behalf.
most recent VPO. I'm talking about the original VPO. There's a 911 officers were dispatched. The one on the 30th.
That's what I'm saying. On August 30th, 2024, the complainant appeared at the HPD on 1200 Travis, and she complained about yesterday, the 29th event and the today's event. I don't know if there's a today event, but
So, okay, it may be so, but they're 2 separate offenses, right? Maybe she's complaining about it. At the time, she's complaining about 2 different things, right? Because they're happening in successive order. But I guess technically to the filing, and there's still 2 separate incidents that occur. Are you saying you're saying it should just be one VPO and not 2?
I think I figured it out.
Okay.
Yes, she made a walk-in, officers were originally dispatched. She made a walk-in report and she told the officers that the defendant went over to her home wanting to fight her boyfriend. The complainant stated the defendant left when he found out her boyfriend was not home at the time. That's the VPO, or that's the violation that happened that he pled to, I believe. And then the complaint or the defendant returned to the home to try to fight the boyfriend. That's when the bird hab and the second VPO happened. So these are two separate trips to the house. It's just the filing's messed up.
You need to talk to your lawyer and then she can.
No, I'll explain to you, Mr. Bezel. Don't worry about it. So essentially, there are two different days, even though they happened the one day after the other. She complained the second day about both of those incidences. That's when the officers went to the house to arrest Mr. Bazile, which I think is confusing because if she's complaining about him coming to the house the next day and they go and arrest him that same day, then it's essentially both VPOs should have been filed at that time. I think
I need to call the officer. I'm not prepared to make any, decisions on these cases right now.
Why don't we do this? Let's roll it to tomorrow. Are you okay with that?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Bill, he's here on the Berghab anyway, which he has not made bond on, so he's still here.
Well, that's true. So you've got the open felony case regardless. So let's do this. We can roll you to tomorrow. This gives you the opportunity to speak with Ms. Hoko. She can do the research she needs to do. It gives more time also to your lawyer to do any other research that she needs to do, and then we can get together tomorrow. And don't. I know you have to understand that anything you say, they're going to use it against you. I know that you're trying to help, and I've seen so many instances where someone tries and they think that they're helping themselves and then they end up admitting something they shouldn't say, and it helps makes the case, okay? So what we'll do is we'll have you put you back in back. I'll have Ms. Oko reach out to you. You guys powwow. We'll bring you back tomorrow and then we'll see what. Yes, yeah. I'm gonna have her call back over there right now so you guys can talk, okay? Yeah. I know that you're itching to talk to her and we're gonna get you right now. 2 minutes. There will be. We will be. That's what we're here for. We're not here to play.